Hello there, my very good friends. On this news video, we're going to talk about CM Punk, that old tweet, and Saudi Arabia.
The countdown to Cope's comeback commences.
A big AEW return is coming back soon.
And the AEW Backstage reaction to the wonderful Kevin Knight. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
This is the news.
All right, we're going to talk about CM Punk, Blood Money,
Night of Champions.
His words, Night of Champions. So, this weekend at Backlash, there was a promo for Night of Champions, which is taking place in Saudi Arabia this year, which is nothing out of the ordinary. They have a contract there to do 2 shows a year.
Also, sorry to interrupt so early on, Saturday night's main event in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Money in the Bank, start of June, and then the end of June, Night of Champions.
Yeah,
Can we
busy.
just slow down a little bit?
Yeah, it's a busy period.
Yeah.
Busy period. Good for the content, though. So.
Yeah, good point.
Not too bad. But, you know, that in itself, the pay-per-view going there is no big shock. No. They have a deal. They earn like $50 million a pop. It earns more money. I believe so far, if the Saudi Arabia deal has earned WWE more money than every WrestleMania combined.
I think you said, yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy stat.
Rumble's going there next year.
It is indeed. But notable was the last wrestler in the video package. It was CM Punk. He winked before it went to like the graphic in the day. Very, very briefly. But he was being used to promote the event. That obviously got a bunch of people talking, because previously he's been very critical of this deal. And in...
I remember a certain promo as well, yeah?
Yep, yes. In 2020, I won't say it verbatim, but when The Miz showed up on WWE Backstage and said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't change the culture," CM Punk quote tweeted that and said, insert a blood money covered appendage.
Yes. In
Saudi Arabia, you effing dork. So, obviously, when he then appears in a video package, people are going to pull that up. It's CM Punk. He's a lightning rod. Lots of people love him. Lots of people opposite of love him.
Yes.
So, when something like that happens, and you know that quote doesn't mesh with him being involved in the advertisement, the people who don't love him, who the opposite of love him, are going to pull it up and go, hypocrite, and all these other words and stuff like that. And it's like, look, the thing is, he tweeted that. You can't delete that from history. You can't delete that promo from history. These things exist. He did delete the tweet, actually, but, like, you know, screenshots, baby. It's there forever. If he then goes and does the show, and there's no guarantee that he's going to be on the show yet, by the way.
It was just people putting it together from that.
Yeah. People who are advertised for these things, or for any show, are regularly not involved. Card subject to change. It's just how wrestling operates. But yeah, if he does then go and do it, you can see why people would be like, but you said this and you tweeted this. You're not living to your own standards here. Now, there was some stuff from Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. He said the wrestlers generally have the option to go to these shows, but they are pressured pretty hard to do so. And Dave said he would never go, but you know, people say a lot of things. Yeah, people do be saying stuff. Look, I think that most wrestlers are giant hypocrites, to be honest. But I kind of accept that and just enjoy the ride. However, like I mean, look, if Punk doesn't do the show, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough, right? That, you know, that's consistent. But then, do you think WWE would put him in the video? Like, because it's such a controversial thing with him specifically.
Yeah, this isn't We'll Be Right Back that just happens to feature The Rock or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. It's Punk.
It's a conscious choice.
He's spoken out about this in the past. So do you think they would have put him in there if he wasn't going to be on the show?
I don't know. I do think it's one of those things where, I mean, when he re-signed with WWE, this was one of the first things people talked about. And I thought at the time, I doubt there's a version of events where he doesn't end up in his tenure within WWE on a Saudi show, because they're so a part of the sort of yearly output of WWE right now, and especially if you're thinking Punk as a champion and a world champion, it kind of factors all in. Maybe, you know, I've no idea about this sort of thing, I'm purely speculating. Maybe it was the trade-off. You want the main event of WrestleMania? You can have it, pal. But
we want you in
Saudi. And look, numerous wrestlers in the past have made stands and subsequently gone back and worked on the Saudi show. So he's not going to be the first one. But it is one of those things that understandably people will want to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. And like, when you say those incendiary things, you kind of if you don't want the blowback that comes from them, it's not even that incendiary. Well, I mean, the Miz one is very incendiary, but you know, when you say things like that and you don't want the blowback from them, you kind of have to live with it. Really, it's just gonna happen. It's one of those things. Like if I go and say I will never grow my hair, and then I grow my hair, I mean, this is a much more bigger thing than something stupid like that. But yeah, it's one of those things. Look, I feel like the Saudi shows have really been normalized in ways that are quite insidious, to where it's increasingly rare to hear people talk about the darker side of these shows. Like it's very, very rare that I will consume a piece of wrestling media and I'll hear someone point out correctly that these are ostensibly image repair jobs for the government. They are paid by the regime. It's not just, hey, let's book it. We're WWE and we're booking a stadium in Riyadh. It's not what it is. They're paid money to go there so that they can, as part of the Saudi Vision program, to repair the image of a government and a regime that has a horrendous human rights record. That's why when they go there, there's all these videos and like, Goldberg was hanging
propaganda.
Out. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's the same as Newcastle United. It's the same as a bunch of other things that take place under this regime. And look, you don't. The thing is, as a wrestling fan, right, you don't have to care about. I'm not sitting here going, you must blah 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 blah, right? But you can also, you have to accept what these things really are.
Yeah, like I consume it, I cover it, obviously, but I don't feel great about it each time, to be honest.
Sure.
But it has, like you say, it's become a lot less like not divisive. That's not the right word. A lot less controversial each time they go.
Sports washing is effective. And it is doubly effective because anyone who says these things is immediately going, you're a hater, shut up. Yeah, it's like,
going to be fun today.
Yeah, it's like, well, no, like for me, for example, I'm not going to stop saying these. It's the truth. Yeah. It's the truth about it. Look, it would be entirely different if they went there and it was just WWE booking a stadium like they do for anything else. But the fact is that they are being paid to promote this thing, to rehabilitate the image of the regime and stuff. And look, I think it's great that Saudi Arabian wrestling fans get to see these shows. I think that's fantastic, because obviously it's a part of the world wrestling companies don't go to often. I just wish it was under better circumstances.
Yeah. And it will be interesting to see how this develops with CM Punk and what have you. And just very quickly, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds with this sort of thing, but what really annoys me is when we talk about this and people throw the whataboutism around. Well, what about, do you not buy stuff from this? That can be bad as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm wearing an Adidas t-shirt for God's sake, right? Like, you know, there's lots of evils in the world, but you have to. And like, I'm not sitting here telling anyone they have to boycott these shows. I'm not forcing that on other people. It's like you have to draw your own lines with these things. I was a Newcastle United supporter all my life until they were bought over and effectively became a propaganda vehicle. Now, not at all. You draw your own lines and you have to live by your own standards. And that idea of living by your own standards is why CM Punk will get flack if he does this show to bring it all back.
Right, let's talk about Cope. Loads to talk about his comeback, of course, Adam Copeland.
They just got a new one of them, Vatican City, didn't they?
They did indeed.
They've elected the new Cope.
My bet was on Adam Copeland, so I lost some good money. It was for someone from Chicago instead.
It was CM Punk. He's the Pope now, I guess.
But yeah, Adam Copeland, loads of speculation about his return, and the inevitable, is it fair to say, teaming up with Christian to take on FTR? I think that's where we're heading anyway.
Seems like the direction.
The brilliant Sean Ross Sapp was asked about Cope and his return on a recent Fightful Select Q&A, and Sapp said he hadn't heard a specific date, but he is planned for AEW All In for a significant match, so in plenty of time to help build for that. Obviously, we're on the road to Double or Nothing. That is 2 weeks away.
Yes, it is.
And from then, you'd say all eyes kind of turn to All In Texas, their big show this year, and yeah, I anticipate that's the big match that they're talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Seems like the logical way to go. Obviously, they'll have some. It's not that far away, is it? And
when is it?
They'll have some.
July?
Yeah. So I mean, 2 months. They'll have some like intricate character work to do here to make it kind of convincing. I think they're probably gonna.
2 months today.
There you go.
July 12th.
Perfect. They're probably going to have to have FTR do something really dastardly because Christian has been like the alpha heel of AEW for ages. How are they going to flip that around? I'm interested to see. Comes at a time when his protege, Nick Wayne, is over in Japan doing Best of Super Junior. And, you know, the patriarchy stable and all that
best
stuff.
preparation for that, of course, last week, Rhino.
Yeah, there you go. yeah. Take on the junior heavyweight ace of the world. Shouts to Rhino, by the way.
Yeah.
He looks the exact same as he did like 30 years ago.
That's that,
amazing.
That's that, was it squirty cheese and crackers diet?
Yeah. I love that little angle with him and Heath Slater.
I bet he loved it as well. Sorry, I get paid to turn up and eat cheese. Yeah. Sounds great.
It was, Heath Slater was, he was broke and he needed to feed his kids. And Rhino was eating stuff. That was the time.
Still paying me for this, right?
Yeah, legend. I love Rhino. I liked seeing him come in for a one spot.
We should have a cheese break on the news each morning. It's a little...
Remember the cheese board in the office where Andy Bernard's like...
Hey, I've heard wrestling companies sometimes send you cheese boards, so...
They do.
Either of you. Yeah, we're apparently paid shills for both.
I think you'll find it was a dope-ass charcuterie board,
yes.
sir.
I'll take Red Leicester from whatever wrestling company wants me to send it to me.
You're giving me a cough. Good grief.
5-Star Wrestling want to send me a Red Leicester. I'll be shilling for them on the news.
This is it.
Sorry.
What were we talking
about?
Christian and Edge. Edge and Christian. Cope. Sorry, Adam Copeland. There was that thing recently about WWE abandoning the Edge trademark, but then they immediately filed it again. So it was like, oh, you might be Edge. No, he's still Cope.
Yeah, it was a brief window of hope.
Christian and Cope. It's got a pretty decent ring to it. Cope and Chris. Cope and Chris.
Cope and Chris, CNC Music Factory. They're going to make you sweat. That's the tease you got for that one.
That's how it works.
Do you know the only cheese you can hide a small horse behind? Mascarpone.
Gosh.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
Right, we're gonna. I was trying to think of a cheese.
Retire off the back of that.
Yeah, cheddar this one out. That doesn't make any.
You know what cheese is made backwards, don't you?
What's that?
Edam. I got all of them. I got loads.
That's not your favourite cheese jokes.
Oh, let's have that in the comments. This Saudi bollocks.
Lighten the tone of the conversation with some cheese.
It's gonna be one. Well, I got a cheese joke for you.
I got cheese. What's that? What am I doing?
I don't know.
What
Not a fan of cheese strings, mate.
Cheese strings, artificial bull s rubbish. I agree. They're not good. But yeah, fan of most cheese.
Tell you what is good. I don't know what your third story is. That's a real risk.
Mina Shirakawa.
She is. There we go.
Does she eat cheese? I have no idea. Who knows?
I'll Google it.
You know, like a lot of folk just don't like cheese. Vegans, shout outs. I respect it.
That's fair enough. Whatever.
I respect it.
Don't like cheese. That you're weird.
A lot of people just don't like it. She into the cheese?
What did the cheese say after a great workout? I'm feeling great.
Good grief. Anyway, let's talk about...
Got 165 more of these.
Let's talk about Marina Shirakawa? Marina Shafir. Marina Shafirakawa.
Yes, that's the...
Tag team.
Yeah.
There you go. Mina Shirakawa. She's coming back. She's back soon. Fightful Select with the report here. She's done in Japan. She wrapped up over there. She's made a bunch of posts about it. She finished in Stardom. She's obviously appeared heavily for AEW in the past, mostly with Tony Storm and Mariah May. Now she's apparently coming back imminently, and she's been discussed for an appearance over the next few weeks. She's apparently going to get an immediate push upon arriving back in AEW. She's going to be there full time now, not just showing up every now and then.
Good.
Doing bits and bobs. She's going to be there full time, so that's cool. It's an interesting timing because Mariah May might be on her way out. We don't know yet. There's been heavy speculation linking her to WWE, but Mariah is on social media every day going, Mina, come back, and all this stuff.
A scamp.
Yeah, she's always posting images of herself with the title and stuff as well. It's like, you lost that a couple of months ago. What's going on here? I don't really know what to make of her teases and stuff. But yeah,
I'm not in a nasty way, but I'm glad she's gone away. Sell the loss.
Definitely.
You lost the feud to Tony Storm. Go away. Reassess if she is coming back to AEW. That is.
Yeah. Sell the...
Any company would be lucky to have her.
The crushing personal loss. You should be off TV for a while. It's good stuff.
Maybe Mina is a gateway to getting her back on telly, though.
Maybe.
She's got a great deal of history with you, as you mentioned. But yeah, having Mina full-time is a great get for AEW.
They could go down the route of having Mariah come back and put over Mina, because they had their match,
Yes,
obviously, and Mina,
yes, I
Mina
like that.
lost. Maybe they'll do that. But I mean, Mariah obviously has been a fixture of the company for the past year and a half. So beating her means something.
Yeah, she's
for
had
sure.
the title, and people want to cheer her eventually. So before you turn her face, a good win for Mina. Yeah, I like that as a bit of booking.
There you go. And Mina is very over, obviously, already. So good to have her back.
I like Mina Shirakawa. Women's divisions in both of the two big companies, incredibly strong right now.
I love her like dodgy rip off of that pop song that she uses, and then she's like it's class. I love stuff like that.
Yeah,
little rip offs.
I would not be surprised if she holds the title in AEW in the next year.
Yeah, me too.
She's really, really good, and excited to see her back.
Looks like there might be a bit of business for her and Mercedes Moné following New
Yeah.
Japan Resurgence at the weekend as well. Mercedes lost one of her belts in a freeway with Azumi, or AZM as Mercedes once called her. So yeah, and there was a bit of beef with her and Mina, who was also in the match there. So maybe that could be the angle.
Tamina as well. Ain't nobody meaner than Mina.
Let us know your favourite Inas. My grandmother's name was Williamina. Williamina, sorry. There you go. Any other Inas you're a fan of? Enid Blyton, does she count?
I don't know. I never know if these people have been cancelled now.
Yeah. Enid Blyton's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Peter Rabbit was at it.
Oh. Peter Rabbit's a bit of an asshole.
Peter Rabbit was
watching
a
a
jerk.
lot of Peter Rabbit recently.
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine's a proper knobhead.
Why he bricked Henry up in that tunnel?
Met Paddington in Manchester though yesterday.
Gangster. I've met Paddington
he's
too.
He's a
Absolute
don legend.
Yeah, he's the only
Didn't
British...
talk much, but
yeah. Well, he's eating them sandwiches.
yeah,
isn't
probably
he?
had too much marmalade in his
Yeah,
mouth.
this
Good
is
point.
it. This is it.
Kevin Knight. Feels like we've been doing this news here for
This
about
has
2
been
days.
what is this video? We started off with a very good and in-depth breakdown of CM Punk. Now we're talking about Paddington cheese and favourite Enas.
It's been a wild ride, but much the same as Kevin Knight's arrival in AEW. Well, he's massively liked. No surprise here.
Everybody likes him.
yeah.
He's good.
A bit of a report from Fightful on the backstage reaction to Kevin Knight. Everyone thinks he stinks. No, he's well liked. Of course he is. No surprise here. And apparently AEW expected to have plenty of competition when working to sign him. Understandably, very talented individual. Very happy to get him. Apparently, as part of their sort of negotiations, they sort of hit him with the a handicap double team, basically. It was Tony Khan and Rocky Romero, 2-on-1 meeting with him to connect the sort of AEW New Japan sort of side of things. Perfect fit for each other, isn't it, Kevin Knight and AEW?
Yeah, it's been great so far. And also it allows him to keep working for New Japan, which is where he came up, and like it makes sense that Rocky would be involved in those negotiations because he's like the envoy and like he's the head of New Japan of America to a degree and stuff like that as well. And Tony Khan's the boss, so makes a lot of sense that he was involved in the negotiation handicap match that he ultimately won because he gets to work in both places and be really cool and have good matches and probably get paid a lot as well.
And get his dream match
With also I think Kevin Knight is like one of the most promising wrestlers in the country. I'm going to take that one because it's really rolled up. So
apparently, big
pickup.
news as well. He's going to form a tag team with a British TV star, Love Rat, Darren Day, called Night and Day. So keep an eye out for that one.
this is so rolled up. I mean, Jake Hager, probably not. Probably not.
Not that one either.
Probably not. It's like 2 years out of date.
Yeah, we need to update these.
Oh, did you get someone
Yeah, I'll
cancelled?
tell you afterwards.
Jimmy Havoc.
His dream match against Alex Reynolds.
Angelo Parker. All right.
There you go.
There you go. Why not? Why not?
Best luck to Kevin Knight with those things. Anyway, as if you need any more encouragement, let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed in the comment section below. But don't forget, Gouda vibes only down there.
You can. I've got nothing. I've literally got nothing.
Here's this morning's news video if you want to watch that as well.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheese.